Hello children, welcome back to this new session on string handling. In the last class we learnt about two functions, and also we had an introduction about what are strings, how they are stored. We learnt on the index number and how we make use of the index numbers whenever we want to make use of the strings in the programs. Today we are going to learn on the remaining string functions. Not all, we'll be covering around the 6 to 8 functions. Plus, we'll also be learning on some solved programs, how we make use of these string functions inside the program. Because you must know how do we use it, where we have to use it and all that. Clear? So, please stay with me for the PowerPoint slide. Also, I'll be showing you on the BlueJ how to make use of the string handling functions. Okay, so we shall go with the slides. Okay, yeah, we are continuing with the 4th chapter, string handling. So the third function which you are going to learn here is, the name of the function is IndexOf. I have mentioned earlier, when you have two words for your function, the second word first letter will be capital letter. And here the function name is IndexOf. And what is this function returning is nothing but an integer data type. So I have told you, when you learn about a function, you must know what is the name of the function. You should know clearly how to write because it is case sensitive. Secondly, you must know what is returns. Thirdly, does it take any argument with it when it has to be called. So here the name of the function is IndexOf. I hope you remember what is index. That is nothing but the numbers given to each elements inside a string. And char ch. So what is it going to do? For example, I'll just give you a recap. If this is my string called hello, right? HELLO. It is stored in the memory in this format, and every letter in the string is given a number, and the number begins with 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0 indicates H, 1 indicates E, 2 indicates L, 3 indicates L, and 4 indicates 0. Clear? And these are called as the index numbers. So what are we going to do is, we are going to find out what is the index number of a particular character in your string. That is the duty of this function. Find out the index number of the character which I am going to give it in the function. Now look into this example. String str is equivalent to hello. So my string variable is str. The value I contained is hello. So this str will be a named memory location which will be in this particular manner. Clear? And what is my function doing? Str dot means from this hello, find the index of, means get me the index number of h. So if h is present in that particular string, at what position h is present will be stored into this variable called p. So now if I say here h, where is h present from the string? It is at position number or index number 0. So my function IndexOf will return a number. Which is that number? Index number. And since I have to store the return value, I am declaring that particular function to be as int. So I will say int p is equivalent to str.indexOf h. So here whatever is in h will be returned by my function and I'll get the result as 0. So now we go back to the definition of the function. Returns the index of the first occurrence of a character in the string. So here I have only one h in my string. So wherever is h seen first, that will be returned. Now if I, instead of giving H, I give L. If I give L, what will happen? So here in the string, L is present in two different positions. Here it is present in 2 as well as it present at 3. So now what will happen? If I am using index of, this function will first go and look for where it is present in the first time. Where is it present for the first time? It is present at position 2. So my P will return 2. If I give E, what will happen? My P will return 1. If I give O, what will happen? It will return 4. So this is the usage of the function index of. Now when do you make use of index of? You want to find out if there is any particular character in your string and you want to know at which position it is placed. In that case, we will be making use of this function called index of. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now we move on to the next function. In same function index of, earlier we used only one argument being passed. In this function, the same function index of, here you are passing two arguments. One is char and the other one is int. Okay. So the difference is index of can be used in two types. One is you look for only the position of a one particular character in the whole string. That is the first position. The other one is you look for a particular character starting from a particular position. Clear? So don't worry, we will go into the example, then we will come back here. Now you can see I have a string str and I have stored Malayalam. Clear? Now if you look into this, you can see the index numbers, indices we are given from 0 to 8 for each letter Malayalam. I hope it is clear till this. Now if I say str.indexOf capital A, that means what? I am going to look for the position of capital A. If I don't give this comma 4, if I give only capital A, what will happen? The compiler will come and look which position I have my capital A. Where do I have my capital A? My capital A is at 1, index number 1. So my answer will be 1. But this is not what I want. What I am going to do is, I am going to see the index number of capital A from which position. I don't want it to start from the 0th position, but I want to start it from the 4th position. Clear? From index number 4, I want to start searching. So where is my index number 4? My index number 4 is here. Which letter is at index number 4? Why? Whatever it be. So what the compiler does is, compiler will get positioned at the index number 4 and from this position it keeps on seeking for the character A. Now when I seek from this position, where is my first availability of capital A? At position number 5. So what will be my answer? My answer or my return value will be 5. So two methods you can use. One is you just look for the first position of that letter. The other one is you can tell the compiler from where you want to start your searching. So here what I did was I started searching from the 4th position. So it includes the 4th position. So from here I started searching the rest of my string. I am forgetting this much of my string. I started searching from 4th position. From here, where is my letter A available? My letter A is available at index number 5. So that will be returned. Now we move to the definition. So your syntax will be int index of. You have to pass two arguments. Char ch is nothing but A. Which letter you want to start? Search. And int start index. From which index you want to start searching. Allows the user to search for the availability of a character in the string starting from the given index. Suppose if I am searching here and if I don't have that particular letter, it will return 0. because I don't have, it will not return, it will say not, it will give you another error. There is no such letter available in that particular position. Is it clear? So this is your index of with one argument and index of with two arguments. Next we go with another function where the name of the function is lastIndexOf. So from here it's very clear. Last L is small letter, I is capital letter, then O is capital letter. lastIndexOf char ch. From the very name you can guess what happens. What happens here? It will return the last occurrence of that particular character. Now we go back to the example, same example. String str is equivalent to Malayalam. So I have my Malayalam here. And what am I asking you to do? str dot lastIndexOf. I am going to look for where is my A present at last in that particular string. Now you can see here, if you look into this particular string, A is available at first position, A is available at the third position, A is available at fifth, A is available also at seventh. But what is my requirement? Where is that particular A present in the last position? So out of this first, third, fifth and seventh, my A is present at seventh position. So my answer will be P is equivalent to 7. That very name of the function gives you the answer. lastIndexOf. Where is the occurrence of this character at last in the string? Now if I give lastIndexOf M, what will be the answer? Answer will be 8. If I give what is the last index of capital L? Capital L here is at 6. Though two L's are there, my last index is present at 6. It returns the index of the last occurrence of a character in the string. So we have learned index of 3 functions. One is index of gives you passing with one character only. It gives you the first occurrence. Index of with 2 arguments. One is the character, the other one is from where you want to start your index. Then the third is the function is lastIndexOf, which will give you the last occurrence of a character in the string. I hope these 3 functions are clear for you. Next we go with something called substring. String, substring. Here what happens in a substring? Means if you have a string and from that string you want to select few characters consecutively. For example, I have this string. We go with the example, then we come back to the definition. String str is equivalent to computer. Clear? And I want to just extract this PUTER, this much of letters, consecutive letters from this string. Means I am going to create another string from this main string. But here the letters should be consecutively given, right? So I want PUTER. So what I'll do, I'll be making use of the function called substring. And here also substring can be used in 2 forms. One is you can tell the compiler from which position you want to start extracting the string. If you are using substring with only one argument, then for example, now I have computer here. You can see here the index numbers are like this. Now if I say str dot substring of 3, what will happen? The compiler goes to the third index, so it is at P. From here, it extracts all the characters till the end of that particular string. So from the third position, it includes that position. From there, it starts extracting all the characters from the position 3 till the end of the string. So from 3 means what? If I give here substring of 3, here from 3 it begins. So PUTER. So till the end it extracts all the characters and forms another string. Since it forms another string, What should be your return type? Your return type is string. So string P is equivalent to str dot substring of 3. So 3 you will get starting from 3, whatever is there extracted will be stored in another string called P. So this is your substring. The same substring can be used in another method. Clear? How will you use this in another method is, here you will be making use of two arguments. One is start index, the other one is last index. Means the earlier case I just told start from 3 and I did not give the ending part. So what happened? Till the last character it extracted. In this function I can say from where you want to start and where you want to stop. Now look into this function. Str dot substring of 3, 6. So where is my 3? My 3 is at P. Where is my 6? My 6 is at E. Here the difference is that it includes the starting index and excludes the ending index. So if I say 3, 6, 3, 4, 5, these 3 characters will be extracted. 6th character will not be extracted. Clear? I hope you are getting it. Computer, I have starting from 3, ending with 6. So what happens? It extracts 3, extracts 4, extracts 5, but will not extract 6. So what will be my output, or the resultant will be P, U and T. To extract a set of characters simultaneously from a start index up to the last index of the string, excluding the character present at the last index. So what I said, so though I say 3, 6, what will happen? 6 will not be included, 3, 4 and 5 will be extracted and it will form a small string, substring. So that is the function called substring. This is very much required. Substring functions is required when you are doing your programming. Okay, we go with the next two very simpler functions. String to lowercase. So very name, what does it do? It converts your string into lowercase, converts the given string into lowercase characters. String str is computer. Here you can see all are in capital letters. Since all are in capital letters, I want them to be stored as small letters. Then you can say str to lowercase. So what happens? In your P, everything will be stored in lowercase. Clear? And here, if already it is in lowercase, nothing will happen. It will remain the same. If it isn't, suppose they are giving a mixed case, small letter, capital letter, everything. In that case, you want them to be in a single form. In that case, you can say to lowercase. Clear? Then the same function you have like to uppercase. So here the given string is converted into uppercase characters. So you have string, you can see here everything is in small letters. If I say to uppercase, what will happen? The same string will be converted into uppercase. Clear? So these are the functions which we are learning it for today. And one more function is there, replace. Clear? So replace means, you know, what happens replace? It substitutes. So replace char, old char with a new char. Now we just go with the example first. str, you have mx, lx, yx, lx, m. So this is a string. Now what I want to do is, wherever in this same thing we have used in MS Word. In MS Word we do know go to, replace, find next, replace. We have done that in Word. Same thing it does here. Here you have a string like this. What I want the compiler to do is, in that particular string, wherever I find x, I want it to be replaced with a. Clear? So I am going to use my replace function. So what will I do? Which character I want to replace, that I will write first. With what it has to be replaced, that I will write second. Now you can see this is my string, and in this string I want the compiler to replace x with a. So which is the string to be replaced? Str. So str dot replace. What should I replace? The old character x should be replaced with the new character a. And where should that new string be placed? It should be placed in p. So that is again a string. So now you could see if after I give this function, my p will be Malayalam. Here x has all been replaced with a. The same thing you can do with, now I have replaced with a small letter, one single letter. The same thing you can use it for replacing one string with another string. Look into this example. I have a string. The green bottle is in the green bag. Clear? This is a string, means it is a sentence. Here I want to replace whatever the words are green, I wanted to replace with the word called red. So if I use str dot replace green comma red, what happens? The words green will be replaced with red. Now what will be my final string? It will be the red bottle is in red bag. What has happened? This green has been replaced with red, and here also the green has been replaced with red. Here it is case sensitive. What you give here, that only gets matched. If I give here capital G, what will happen? It will say there is no such string here. So here it is case sensitive. So replace function can be used in two forms. One is one single character can be replaced, or a single word can also be replaced. So we'll go with the definition. Replaces a character by another character, or replaces a string by another string at all its occurrences in the given string. It's not that at one place. Wherever you find it, that will be replaced. Is that clear? So this is all the functions which we are going to learn on PowerPoint slide. Now I'll just go with some unsolved questions which I have prepared for you. Not unsolved questions. Just you may open your textbook. I am just going with the solved questions, the first, second and the third solved questions, where we make use of these string functions, because for you to note, we have so many exercise questions in this lesson, plus so many solved questions. Clear? Some of the solved questions we will not be taking in now, because there they are making use of nested for loop. Some printing patterns are all there. So whatever I am discussing now, just mark it in your textbook so that you know these are being marked. And also whatever questions I give for homework, please see to it that it is also marked in your textbook, because all the questions we are not covering now in this lesson. So few questions we will be covering after we learn some other chapters. Clear? So please note down, give a tick mark whichever I have explained to you, so that you are not at a confusion. Clear? Now we go with the first solved questions. Now all of you may take your textbook and we can go into the solved questions. That I will give you the page number 236. Page number 236, if you could take the first solved question. What is the first solved question asking you to do? It is asking you to display each letter of a word entered by the user. Suppose if I enter a string, I want to display each letter, what is there in that particular string. So how will I extract each letter? You know, extracting each letter can be done with the help of index numbers. That is first part. Now, how much index numbers are there for that string? How do you know? A person, you may enter a 5-lettered word, I may enter a 10-lettered word, some other child may enter a 15-lettered word. So how do we know how many letter word the user has entered? So for that we learnt a function called length. Let the user enter any lettered word. Let it be a string. It may be a big string, small string, anything. So first, what is the logic behind this? You have to find what is the length of the string. Once you find the length of the string, suppose I am entering a 5-lettered word, hello, Hello. So there are 5 characters. So in this 5 characters, my index number begins with 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, ends at 4, right? So though it is a 5-lettered word, since my index number begins with 0, my first letter H will have 0 and the last letter O will have the index number as 4. Now, with these index numbers, can I extract each letter? Yes. Which function will you use to extract each letter? The function which we learned in the last class called char at. What is the character at this particular position? Okay. So, using these 2 functions which we learned in the last class, we will be making use of this function. Okay. Now, I'll just run the program for you to know what this program is asking you to do and what you are planning to do. Clear? So, let me run this program. So, enter a word in uppercase. Clear? Okay, let me enter. Hello. Hello, children. Clear? So, I have entered a word, maybe a 1-lettered word, 2-lettered word, it could be anything. Now, you can see here, enter a word in uppercase. I have given hello, children. The pattern what it has showed is HELLO. Now, the question is to you, why this children portion was not shown? Can somebody give me an answer why this children portion was not shown? Now, go into this particular coding and somebody could find out, then I am happy that you have found out the answer. Anybody? You have the scanner class. Somebody got it? Because I have used here in.next. What does in.next do? In.next takes only a word. How could children could have come there if I had used in.next line? Getting it? So this is just to test your learning effects on functions on scanner class. Let me run the program again. Now let me give school. I have given school. Clear? You can see I have extracted each letter and I have shown them what are the letters. So in school, what has happened? SCHOOL. How many letters are there? 6 letters are there. But index number, so what is the length of this? Length of this particular word is 6 because SCHOOL. 6 letters. Length is 6. But what does the index number begin with? Index number begins with 0. Since it begins with 0, what is the index number of capital L? Capital L is 5. So 0 to 5 is my index numbers. Okay. Now we'll see. So you have my class. Clear? I have java.util.asterisk because I am making use of the scanner class to input value from the user. Now, how many variables do I need? I need a variable to find the length of the string. And since this is a word, how do I extract continuously from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I can run a for loop. I run a for loop. And for my for loop to run, I should begin with the 0th position and I start extracting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So where should I end? I should end when it doesn't exceed my length. Clear? Now for that, to store my length and to store my for loop variable, I need 2 variables A and B. Then I need a string st to accept value from the user. Enter a word in uppercase. So I have entered school and in st is equivalent in dot next I have stored school. Clear? Now, b is equivalent to st.length. We have learned this function length. What does length give you? Length gives you the number of letters in that particular word. So, in school, how many letters are there? S, C, H, O, O, L. So, how many letters are there? 6. So, what is the length? Length is 6. Don't get confused with the length and index number. Your index number always begins with 0. So, your last index number will be always length minus 1. So, for S, it is 0. C, it is 1. H, it is 2. O, it is 3. Again, O, it is 4. And L, it is 5. Though it is a 6-lettered word, it starts from 0 to 5. So, I am going to continuously extract each character. So, since it is a continuous process, I make use of my for loop. Clear? So, where should my for loop begin with? My for loop will begin with 0th position. Where should I end with? I should end with the length. So, that is why I have given for a is equivalent to 0. I start from, this is a very important point because in your strings, this concept is required for almost all the programs. Clear? So, a is equivalent to 0. So, I start with the 0th index. And till when I should go? I should go till b. What is in b? b, you have the length of the string. What is my length? 6. So, how many times will this for loop run? This for loop will run for a is 0, a is 1, a is 2, a is 3, a is 4 and a is 5. When a is 6, it comes out. Clear? So, I have written a is 0, a less than b, a plus plus. And what am I doing here? System.out.println. I am going to print in every different line. What am I going to print? ST. What is in ST? ST is my string called school. From the school, I am going to take character at A. What is first time A? First time A is 0. What is in my 0? Capital S. Okay. Then it goes to A plus plus. A becomes 1. What is at my 1? C. Like that, it takes S, C, H, O, O, L. L means 5. When it becomes A6, it just comes out. Correct? I'll run it once again and show you. Okay, enter a word. Let me give student, S-T-U-D-E-N-T, fine. Now you can see S0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many characters are actually present? Actually, 7 characters are present. But it starts running from 0 to 6th position. I hope it is clear for all of you. Just take your paper or something and then you can run the program like we used to do in the classroom. You can just run it and find out. Because if I tell now, you may understand, but later onwards, it will be difficult for you to understand. So, you will take one string and then you will try to run the program with like we used to do in the textbook. Like that, we will try to run it. Clear? Okay, this is your first question. Your second question, it is you asking you to accept a string. I'll read the second question for you. Write a program to accept a string, count and display the number of vowels present in the string. They have given you an example, Delhi Public School, and there they have told the number of vowels is 6. Clear? So now here what is happening? You are going to accept a string from the user and you are going to tell how many vowels are there in the string. I hope you have not forgotten English. How many vowels are there? What are the vowels? A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels in English language. And these vowels could be in the form of uppercase character or it could be in the form of lowercase character. You are going to accept a string from the user. The user may enter in small letters, may enter in capital letters. So whether he enters a capital E or a small e, both are vowels. Clear? So you have to find out when a user enters a string. For example, in the book, the example is given as Delhi Public School. In Delhi Public School, they have entered both capital letter and small letter. From there, you have to find out how many vowels are there altogether in the string. Right? So what do you require for this? You require first a string, because the user is going to accept it. And it may not be a single word, it could be a sentence. So what will you use? You will use next line. Right? Then what should you do? Again, you are going to run a for loop, because you don't know from where to start and where to end. How will you end? You will end with the length value. So once you accept the string from the user, the very next work is to find the length of the string. Clear? Once you find length of the string, then you can run a for loop. And in your for loop, what will you do? You will extract each character. How will you extract each character? Caret. Okay. And then after you extract each character, you will check whether that character is either A or E or I or O or U. So you will go and check whether they are A, E, I, O, U. Now, here the user is entering both small letter as well as capital letter. So you have to check for both small letter as well as capital letter. If it is matching with A, E, I, O, U, what will you do? How will you count? You will keep a counter value. And then you will keep on adding the counter value if they are A, E, I, O, U. Are you all getting it? Let me run the program first. I will show you what it is doing. Then I shall go with the program. Very simple logic. Very simple. Forget all Java. You imagine a sentence is given to you. How will you find out whether it is a vowel? What will you all do if I give you a sentence? And I forget Java. And I tell you, okay, find out how many vowels are there. First you will think what are the vowels, right? And then you will pick up each character from that string, and then you will see in your mind whether it is A, E, I, O, U, Ano, Alyo, right? If it is so, you will keep one. If it is not, you will just leave it. Then you will take the next character. You will see whether is it A, E, I, O, U. If it is, you increment, you increase. Okay, 2 is there. Like that you do. Same thing you will do it in Java, but you will do with the functions which you learned. How will you extract? Using caret. How will you compare? Using the comparison operators. Okay, logical operators to check whether true or false. How long you will compare? Till the length of the string. So there you will use the length function. Okay, just think in your sense. Simply forget Java. Just think how will you normally do. You are a layman, you don't know Java, or a sentence they have given you and they are asked you find out how many vowels are there. What do you do? Same thing we are transforming into a program. So if you think like that, the work becomes very easy. Without thinking, oh, what is this? So many functions, caret, length, what do I do with all this? It's so difficult. Come on here, what is this? No. You just think in your terms. Think it in your language, your mind language. Then you come back with the program. Yeah, it's very easy. This lesson, functions, if you are very sure about the functions, its usage, it's very easy. And of course, in your section B question, section B programming questions, one question from this lesson is almost present in all the question papers. So, what are all the functions which I am teaching you? Make sure that you understand it, because the same concept with a little bit of changes here and there, you will be doing it in your coming up programs. So please don't by heart the program, understand. If you don't get it, please do ask me. I am there to help you. I know, because we are not interacting personally with each other, it is quite difficult for you to understand things. I understand that. But you can anytime call me up. I know some of them have already started asking me doubts. So don't feel bad. Feel free to contact and get the doubts cleared, because this is a very important lesson. Clear? And programs are also as important as the lesson, and there are section A questions and section B questions coming up from this chapter. So take things seriously. So today whatever functions I have taught you and what are the 3 problems I have given, try to do it in your rough book. The solved questions, don't keep it in your book. Take a notebook and try to write it in the notebook. Otherwise, usage of functions, where to use small letter, where to use capital letter, all in confusion. Understood? So let me go with the running of the program. I'll just run this program for you. So this is enter a string. In this enter a string, let me type what is given in your textbook so you also understand. DELHI space PUBLIC space SCHOOL. So this is my string. Okay, and you can see so system dot enter a string. So this string st is equivalent to in dot next line. So I have given something with spaces. So 3 words are there. So I have given next line. Now here I go with my enter button. So now what is happening? Here next b is equivalent to st dot length. So what happens? The length of this function is taken. Can somebody count and tell me what is the length? Delhi 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces included. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So the length of my string is 19 characters. So tell me, from where will the index number begin with? Index number begins with 0. Where does it end? It ends at 18. So I am going to run a for loop starting from 0 and it goes till 18. Clear? B is my 19, but when it is 18, it stops. Clear? Why I am giving here? Because it is the length of my string. It may vary. You may give a smaller word, I will give a bigger sentence, so it depends. So that's why we are finding the length. Now, CHR is equivalent to st dot caret of A. What do you mean by caret of A? Means extract the character which is at position A. What is my first position of A? 0. Now, what is here? Capital D is extracted. So what is in CHR? In CHR, I have capital D. Then what am I doing? I am going and checking whether the word which I have in CHR, what do I have? Capital D. Is it double equivalent to? Here remember, comparison operator. I am checking whether double D is equivalent to A. No. Or double D, capital D is equivalent to E. No. Is it equivalent to I? No. O? No. U? No. Similarly here, I am going and looking for whether they are also equivalent to my capital A, E, I, O, U. Clear? Because the user may enter all small letter or capital letter. If it is it matching? No. So what happens? V remains 0. Who is V? V is a variable, a counter variable. It remains 0. Now the control from here goes back to A++. Now what is A? A becomes 1. It comes and checks here st dot caret of A. Now it is 1. Now in 1 what happens? I have small e. Can you see here? This is my 1. So small e. Now again it comes. Now CHR contains small e. Comes and checks whether small e false. Here when it comes, it is true. Again it goes and checks, nowhere. So what, since here it is true, what happens? Comes here, it says v is equivalent to v plus 1. Now what is in v? V was 0, it became 1. Next, again it goes to a plus plus. Now a becomes 2. What is that 2? L. Is L a vowel? No. Is H a vowel? No. Is I a vowel? Yes. When it comes to I, it becomes 2. Now v value becomes 2. Then again it comes here u. V value becomes 3. V value becomes 4. V value becomes 5. V value becomes 6. So what happens? When I come into this particular thing, you can see here it says number of vowels is 6. So I have found out how many vowels are there in this particular string which I have entered. There is another easy way. Rather than checking for all small letter, capital letter, what you can do is, after you extract the string here, right, after this, you can convert them either to uppercase or lowercase. Nammal padichu, to uppercase to lowercase. So you convert them and then you check either for capital letter A-E-I-O-U or for small letter A-E-I-O-U. So this much of coding can be reduced. One part, if you are converting everything to small letter, then you run the code only till this. If you are converting everything to capital letter, then you run from capital A-E-I-O-U. Clear? So that we are doing it in the later programs, we are doing it. Clear? So this is how you will find out how many vowels. So once I finish this for loop, that is till I reach this L, I have finishing my for loop, I am coming out. When I come out, where will I come? I come here to this sentence. I will say number of vowels in the string is V. That is what is shown here. Number of vowels in the string is 6. What is 6? 6 is nothing but V. What is V? V is the counter value. I hope you are getting it. Exhausted? With one more program we shall wind up the lesson. Clear? So we have the third program. In your third program, what is it asking you? To accept a string in the lower case, replace E with asterisk in the given string. We learned replacing, right? So what you have to do? You have to accept a string from the user. You accept it in lower case. Clear? Because we are making use of capital E, replace E with asterisk in the given string. Wherever you find E, you have to replace them with asterisks. Very easy. We have learned a function called replace, right? Now we'll see. So I'll just run the program and show you what we are planning to do. Enter a string. So let me give ELN. So let me give ENGINE, engine, right? And I press enter. Can you see here? E has been replaced with asterisks. Here also E has been replaced with asterisks. So this is what your program is asking you to do. Now we'll see. So how do we go about with this? What are you tell me what you are supposed to do. You have to first accept the string, right? Then you have to find length of the string, fine. Then you have to run a for loop from 0th position to the last index number till the length. And then what you have to do? Every time inside your for loop, you have to accept a character and check whether it is E. How will you extract the character? Caret. And then you will compare and see whether it is equivalent to E. If it is equivalent to E, what should you do? You can replace with asterisks. Here they have not used replace function. Here they have replaced that character itself with asterisks. Here instead of this, you can also go for the replace function. Here your textbook is giving you like this. You can also go for replace function. And then if it is not E, you just print it like that itself. Clear? Now we'll go with the program. You have your string st, char chr. You are entering a string st is equivalent to in dot next line. Now I'll just show you. So how do you go for in dot next line? So engine error. Okay, fine. So I have entered. Now what will happen? Now in my ST I have engine error. Oh, one error, R is missing, sorry. Now you have P is equivalent to ST dot length. So the length of this particular string is taken into P. You are running the for loop from 0 to P. And then what are you doing? You are accepting each character in CHR. You are accepting each character in CHR. And then you are checking if CHR is double equivalent to E. So here first time what am I doing? I am extracting E. Is it E equivalent to E? Condition is true. In that case what I will do? CHR will be replaced with asterisk. Here you are not using a replace function. As I said, I repeat, you can use a replace function, but your text is not showing it. That is why I am showing this program. You take it as homework to use this same program with the replace function. Clear? If it is equivalent to E, what am I doing in CHR? Instead of E, I am going to have it as asterisk, and then I will print CHR. So what happened? First here it was E. So this E is being replaced with asterisk. You could see here I am using print instead of println. So what happens? Print means side, it gets printed. Then next time it goes to A++. It takes N. When it takes N, what happens here? If N is double equivalent to E, is N double equivalent to E? Condition is false. Since condition is false, will it come to this place? It will not come because there are no brackets. So condition is false, so it comes here system.out.println CHR. What is in CHR? In CHR you have N. So N directly gets printed. Next it goes to G. So G is not equivalent to E, so it doesn't go into this, directly comes to this line. And again, when it comes here to E, what happens? It is extracting E. It is equivalent to E. Since this condition is true, if this condition is true, only it comes to this line. Note that point. Only if the condition is true, it comes to this. Otherwise, it skips this line and comes to the system.out.print statement. Clear? So, since it was E, it is replacing with asterisk and it is printing asterisk. So, this continues till the end of the string and finally you get the output in this form. Clear? So, this is how your programs of your solved exercises work, and as I said, please go through all the programs, whatever I am taking you, take your notebook, write down and make sure that all your assignments, records are all completed by July 10th. That will be your last date for your completion of assignments and records. Don't postpone it. Keep everything ready. Anytime we may be asking you to submit them. So make yourselves ready with all your assignments, record works done by July 10th. Clear? So I hope these programs are clear to you. Go through the textbook. Go through the functions. I will be keeping a test for you in these functions. I will tell you in what form you will write the test and all. I will tell you later. But I will be giving you a test. Clear? So make sure that your portions are up to date. Don't waste your time. Just watching the videos is not enough. Make it very serious. You are in your 10th standard. There is no time just to leave it out like that. So utilize your time. I heard many of you are going through it seriously. But for others who take it as just like a movie session, please make sure that you go through it, write down the notes, do the daily lessons. It's very, very important. There is some exams coming up also. Clear? Okay, so I hope you have understood it. Any doubts, do clarify it with me. You can feel free to call me and then get it clarified. Okay. So thank you for watching, being so patient enough to listening it. So we'll meet in the next session with some more string functions and the programs. Okay. The next class I am giving you homeworks because this class you have so much to study about the functions. So I am not giving you any programs. We are just only reading through the functions and these 3 solved questions. Okay. Thank you. So we'll meet in the next class.